What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Babbles Nonsense podcast. You all know it has been a minute since I have interviewed a local business here in town, but I'm super excited that I was granted the opportunity to interview May Taylor from the Swift Recovery. If you've listened to this podcast long enough, you also know that I'm a huge advocate for anything health and wellness, and that is exactly what the Swift Recovery is. They offer anything from infrared therapy, PEMF, clear light sauna, the cold plunge, light therapy, lymphatic drainage, vibroacoustics, infrared saunas, you name it, they probably have it. We dive deeper with May and how she developed the Swift Recovery, and she becomes vulnerable on her background around the development. So if you're interested in health and wellness, or you're interested in any of these services, this is definitely the episode for you. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Babbles Nonsense podcast. I'm here with May Taylor from Swift Recovery here in Huntsville. I'm super excited to have her on the podcast. Y'all know I love everything health and wellness, so welcome, May, to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited too because I've walked through your facility and I love everything that you have. Like, I'm huge into wealth and wellness and all that hellness. Wealth and health. Wellness and health. I will get it right eventually. And I just love everything that you have. I'm not too versed in the stuff you have. So obviously I wanted you on the podcast so we could talk about it and share it with everybody. So obviously first thing, because I've told everybody, it's actually, I don't know if you know this, but you're the first business I've interviewed in a really long time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm honored.
Yeah. Like I used to do it all the time. And then I got away from it just doing solo episodes because of how busy I was with work. And then when you reached out, I was like, oh, I would love to do this because I do enjoy interviewing businesses. So you're the first one I've done in a while. So maybe I'm a little nervous as well.
Yeah. Hey, that's okay. All nerves over here. So,
but I wanted to dive into your background because I'm trying to mesh the two things that I love to do with podcasting, which is interviewing businesses, but also interviewing a person. So I want to know your background and kind of where you started and why Swift Recovery was born.
Yes.
So yeah, let's jump into that.
Okay. I was born and raised here in Huntsville. So I'm a Huntsville native. I had a relatively normal childhood. My mom's actually was a registered dietitian. So I kind of grew up in that world of, balance and just prioritizing nutrition. But she passed away when I was 11. So from that, I kind of lost that part of me. I also went through some struggles with just my mental and physical health, not making the best choices for myself, and all of that, especially when I kind of went off to college. And I entered a recovery program through Bradford Health Services here in town in 2018. So I'm 6 years clean from drug abuse.
Oh,
so,
okay, awesome.
Yes. So that was a journey in itself.
Yeah.
When I was early in recovery, I started working out, exercising, paying closer attention to what I was eating and all that. But, with my addictive personality, that in itself became more of an issue. I developed an eating disorder, over-exercising, under-eating, bulimic, just not a great situation. I did some counseling and recovered from that. And then I got into running, I guess in 2020 when gyms were shut down and everything. Yeah. And then I kind of fell in love with that. And, did, 50Ks and, a marathon. I did the New York City Marathon.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
That was awesome.
That's a good accomplishment.
Yeah. And from there, I did start to kind of have more of the food is fuel mindset. I definitely was still probably doing too much cardio and not enough strength training, but
well, you gotta find what you love though. That's one thing. Like, I don't know if you know this, but some of my background, I actually am a nutrition coach, and I got really into nutrition because I also went down a path in college where I was under eating, over exercising, which I feel like a lot of women can relate to in general. That's just what societal pressure was. Like, the smaller you are, eat less, move more. That was just the whole thing in the 90s and in the early 2000s. So women in general can just relate with that. So then I made it my life's mission to be like, no, you can actually use food as fuel. And so, no, I can completely relate to that.
Yeah, I think, there's so many things wrong with society and how we put the pressure on women. But I think I definitely felt that for most of my life, and I just wasn't really connected with myself. I just didn't have the best image of myself. And I think that's been something that's really grown over the last 3 to 4 years, and why I really shifted my mindset on my whole lifestyle choices. So that has been a journey for sure. In my current state, I'm definitely prioritizing higher protein. At one point I wasn't eating enough protein, and I was doing the whole plant-based thing, and it just wasn't sustainable for me personally. I know some people feel great on that, but for me, it's kind of come full circle, and now I eat mostly whole food, plant-based, whole food, animal-based diet. So that's kind of how I felt best. But, and I've also, just been really passionate over the last couple years, how I've noticed, my own health journey grow, and my mindset on more holistic wellness, limiting, medical intervention whenever necessary. So that's kind of how this idea came about. When my mother-in-law and I would always go to bigger cities, there would be these really awesome wellness clinics and so much holistic options. And I just felt like in our area we were really lacking. I didn't feel like there was a space for like-minded individuals with that clean, holistic mindset to gather. And I just really envision Swift Recovery being like a community. I don't want it to just be somewhere you come in and go out. I want to get to know our members and our community and connect and have discussions and just support each other and living a more holistic and clean lifestyle.
No, I love that. I'm in Western medicine, obviously. That is what I do on my day-to-day job.
Right.
But my passion is the functional side of medicine, because I think the two, if the world could just get it right and we could just blend the two together, putting Western medicine when it's needed, but using functional medicine and food and nutrition and all the machinery that you have here to heal our bodies first, I think, God, our health would just be skyrocketed to the moon.
Yes, I totally agree. And that's what I really wanted to bring to our area. I just feel like it was really lacking. And, selfishly, I wanted a space like this. So, I figured that there might be people that also share my mindset that would love to be a part of our community. So, that's kind of my vision for Swift Recovery. I feel like, with our healthcare system, it's kind of like a sick care system in my opinion.
It is.
So
it very much is.
We really need that preventative piece to it. So I just want to be able to provide that to my community. So.
No, I love that. So it started as an idea. How long was the idea in your head until you transformed it into this building?
I would say, my mother-in-law, Suzanne, she owns Fleet Feet.
Oh, okay.
So we just kind of had the idea of bringing, Swift Recovery. Her last name's Swift, so that's kind of where it comes from.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Swift Recovery plus, Swiftly Recovery. It just works. So,
it does.
But she kind of brainstormed about it. I think a couple years ago, but there just wasn't a clear cut like space for it. And then when the space became available next to Fleet Feet, we were like, okay, well, now's the time. Like, we weren't necessarily, I guess, quote unquote ready, but like, when are you ever really fully ready? So, but we knew we had to jump on it if we wanted this space, because I mean, these spaces kind of go quick. So
especially
like,
in Huntsville right now with it growing as fast as it is, like, these people are swooping it up.
For sure. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's jump on this. You know, my husband and I were also getting married in March, like of this year. So, I mean, it wasn't like ideal timing with the craziness of like wedding planning and stuff, but I was like, you know, now's the time, I guess. So,
so how long has the doors been officially opened?
Since June. We opened June 15th.
Oh, awesome. So
pretty
new.
Like 4, like 4 months. So brand new.
So let's get into the meat of it, and what everybody's very excited about, and what I'm excited about to learn is all the different types of equipment, the things that you have, the preventative measures, if you will, to get your health on track. So I'm going to list off some things, and obviously I want to talk about them more in depth, because some of them I know, some of them are buzzwords that everyone's hearing in the health community right now, and then some of them I don't know what they are because I've never heard of them. And then maybe we can just take a little deep dive into each one to see if the people listening are like, oh wow, that really resonates with me. So you have a PEMF.
Yes.
And then you have infrared therapy, cryotherapy, clear light sauna, cold plunge, light therapy, and lymphatic drainage.
Yes. And then we also have vibroacoustic therapy, and then Therabody compression as well.
All right. So, and then you also mentioned to me when I was doing a little tour that there is a machine that you can breathe in to actually like give you like data for nutrition. What was that?
So that's our Pnoe metabolic breath analysis test.
Wow.
Yes. So it's very cool. It's a 10-minute breath test. It's a fasted test. So we ask that you don't eat for 4 hours before, no coffee. So it just helps us to get more of an accurate reading per se. So basically you just breathe into this mask for about 10 minutes. And from that, we analyze it through Pnoe. Pnoe does the analyzing, but we just are basically a testing center for them. But they will analyze it. It gives you 23 different biomarkers on your health, like your heart fitness, lung fitness, biological age, breathing and cognition. It measures how efficiently you're burning carbs versus fat. So it can be really beneficial, like how much protein you need based on your test and your age and your goals. You fill out a little questionnaire before you come in for your test about like your goals, and that kind of helps them to make personalized recommendations based off your scan too, or your test. So
man, technology is so crazy, because that is
it
insane.
really is. I know, it's awesome. I'm kind of a nerd about like quantitative data like that. So it's really cool. And we recommend doing it like once every like 6 months. Okay. So like if someone's coming in like at the beginning of their wellness journey, it's really great to have like that data of like where you started and where you can be through prioritizing your health. So
absolutely. All right, let's just start from the beginning. Like what is exactly PEMF? Like what does it stand for? What does it do? Who does it benefit? Yeah,
of course. So PEMF is pulse electromagnetic field therapy. So NASA created it. It's kind of that next generation science technology coming into the wellness field. So it's cellular regeneration. It heals your body on a cellular level. So basically it finds your area of inflammation or weakness and brings energy for your cells to be able to repair themselves. We have the full body bed, and then we also have a chair. So you get to kind of customize it whether you're more comfortable sitting or laying. It's great for anyone with like chronic or acute pain. If you're recovering from like an injury, or if you like just got injured, it's actually even better because you can kind of like knock it out quickly. Where if it's more chronic, it might take some consistency to notice a difference. And then it's also just amazing for like reducing oxidative stress in your body. It mimics grounding, so if you're familiar with that, so it just balances you. It's all about balance. So it just helps you just feel better. It can really help with treating a wide variety of issues. So
now, would you say if someone's coming in with like an acute injury, like a sports athlete, something like that, how many sessions typically does that help an acute issue versus a chronic? Because I know you mentioned the chronic, it may take a little bit longer.
Right. So that's where, you know, our wellness specialists are highly trained on all of our services, and you know, we have firsthand experience with what works for certain people. So we kind of use that to make recommendations. So like if someone comes in and it's like at the beginning of an injury, like say yesterday they like sprained their ankle or whatever, I would recommend that they come like 3 days in a row, like that, like to kind of kickstart it. And then after that, like a couple times a week.
Okay, cool. And then the next one that I am familiar with is the infrared therapy. So what would the infrared therapy be?
So we have an infrared sauna. So that's full spectrum infrared. But then we also have the infrared and red light in our full light bed. So we have a Pnoe light bed is the Neoscience is the company that makes it, but it's a full light bed. It's the only one in town. So we have red light, blue light, and green light. Red light is amazing for any sort of like joint inflammation, muscle recovery, reducing oxidative stress. It also helps set your circadian rhythm. So if you do it like earlier in the day or on a day that it's like cloudy out and you're not getting that natural infrared from being outside, it can be really helpful with like seasonal depression. It can help you have deeper sleep at night as well. And it's just also great for tissue repair, mitochondria health, cellular health, all that. It also builds collagen in your skin, so it's great for anti-aging.
Oh yeah,
so we love that.
Yeah, we love that.
And then with the blue light, that helps with increasing alertness, cognitive function, as well as the aesthetic benefit of reducing like acne. So a lot of people, if they'll have like back knee or chest, like where you usually wouldn't get like blue light, it's really helpful for that. And then the green light is helpful for reducing pigmentation in your skin, and then it also helps with reducing like migraine symptoms. So it's our calming setting. So so if you have like frequent migraines, you can also split the time, so it's kind of customizable in that way. You have a 20-minute time slot in the room, so if you wanted to do the full 20 minutes on red or green, like that's great, but you can also do like 10 minutes of red and 10 minutes of green, so it's customizable based on what you want to focus on. So
And if anyone who needs a visual, because I know I have not transitioned into the visual podcast world yet, this is like that bed. It looks like a tanning bed, because I remember seeing this on Instagram, like Kylie Jenner sitting in this bed that had all these red lights, and I was like, I know she's not sitting there in a tanning bed. And and then like I read more on it, and it was like, no, it was the infrared bed, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. So it does kind of look like the 90s tanning bed, guys, but it's not the bulbs that cause the tan.
Right.
It's actually a health benefit. So if you need a visual, that's how I would be like explaining it.
Yes.
And then you have a cryotherapy, and you had told me it's nitrogen based versus others in town. So
electric.
Yeah. So explain kind of the difference in those and why you went with nitrogen for cryotherapy, because I think a lot of people are familiar with the cryotherapy and the cold and all that stuff because it's been around for a little bit longer.
Right. Yes. So our full body cryotherapy chamber is nitrogen based. So it gets down to negative 250 on the highest setting.
Now they're cold.
Yes, very cold. You're only in there for 3 minutes though, so you can do it. You can do anything for 3 minutes, right?
I don't know, but maybe.
Yeah, we do have different settings though. So like if someone's first time doing cryo, we'll do it on what we call level A. So it's negative 70 to negative 100. So it's
if I'm
doable.
going negative, let's just go all the way.
Right.
It's
right.
like, come on, it's already cold.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, I just go numb, right? Anyways. But the nitrogen just tends to get a little bit colder. And then a lot of people do like their head is out of our machine, so you don't feel like claustrophobic. So it's kind of better for people that might tend to feel more claustrophobic. I also like that my head is out of it because sometimes my like eyelashes would feel like they're freezing together and like the electric ones. So yeah, I kind of like that too. So.
All right, and then you also have the clear light sauna, but it doesn't that one also have infrared in it as well?
So it's an infrared full spectrum sauna. So it's heating your body from within, so it can really penetrate deeper into your tissues, help with that relaxing muscle tension. The sauna also supports your detoxification pathways, stimulates the lymphatic system. It's incredibly healing. I've noticed such a difference from doing the contrast therapy regularly. It can also help with like skin conditions, like Lyme disease, anything that is
kind of like autoimmune.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you just mentioned contrast therapy, what would be the contrast therapy? Is that the actual infrared, or is there something that goes with it?
So the contrast therapy is our fully private contrast therapy suite. So you have the full suite to yourself for the hour. It has the infrared full spectrum sauna in the same room as our cold plunge. So that is the contrast part. So we have a cold plunge.
I think you're the only ones in town that have a cold plunge as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, we're the only ones in town so far that have the fully private contrast suite. So, I mean, that's the cold plunge is amazing. It could keep it at about 47. It goes down to 30. Yeah, it goes down to 38, which when we first opened, we kind of kept it a little colder, but there's not enough science to back that like colder is necessarily better. And it's just more tolerable for more people at about 47. It's still freezing. Trust me. You'll still feel like you're jumping into ice. So
guys, I'm pretty sure you've all heard of the cold plunge because everyone's kind of doing that. It's the rage right now, or doing the cold showers where you're just dipping your whole body other than your head into cold water. And you said you do that for 3 minutes.
That's the goal.
Okay.
If it's your first time, even like 60 to 90 seconds is good. You can kind of build yourself up. The first time I did it, I was not able to stay in there 3 minutes. So, you can kind of build up.
And what would the difference be between doing the cold plunge where you're just dipping yourself in water versus the cryotherapy? Is there different benefits, or are they the same?
They have similar benefits. Really, the main difference, like with ours specifically, is that you do have the access to the full spectrum heat. And there's added benefit from doing like the hot and the cold versus just the cold by itself. So you're still getting all the benefits from the full spectrum sauna as well. So
gotcha. I love me an infrared sauna. I even bought one. Like, I wish I could put one in my house. It's just not big enough to put one in my house. But I got the blankets that you can get, like the infrared.
I have one of those at home too.
Yeah,
I don't use it as much anymore now,
but
but
like, I'm such bad about that. Like, but it's almost like the gym, right? Like when you have a gym in your garage, you're just, I don't know about anybody else, but like, it's more like, yes, I bought all this equipment. I'm going to work out in my garage. I can save some money. And then it's like, it's there.
Right.
But if you buy a membership somewhere, it's like you're paying money. You have to drive there.
It holds you
motivation.
Accountable. Yeah. We all love a little accountability, so
I think it's just needed.
Yes.
Like to do kind of health and wellness things.
For sure.
All right. So we're moving on to your light therapy. Did we talk about light therapy already?
Yeah, that was the full light.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. And then the lymphatic drainage. What is the lymphatic drainage that you have?
Yes. So we have the Boa Max lymphatic drainage, which is also by Neoscience. So our lymphatic drainage is, you get to pick between the pants and the jacket. So if you want more of a lower body, you would obviously do the pants, and then the jacket's more for your upper body. It's wonderful for supporting your detoxification pathways. So our lymph system holds on to a lot of toxins. It's a naturally slower system, so this just helps to exaggerate that. It feels like a little like compression, like light massage. And then it's about an hour session. It helps with reducing inflammation and any sort of like fluid retention. So a lot of people come and do it like if they're recovering from an injury or if they're like post-surgery. I've had one lady came, she had just broken her arm and she was really swollen still, even though it happened like weeks ago. And she did the light therapy and lymphatic drainage 3 times a week, 2 weeks in a row, and noticed an incredible difference.
Wow,
so she was super pleased with her results. So it can be really beneficial for like post surgery, but honestly just general wellness. I mean, it supports a healthy immune function as well. So especially when we're entering like cold and flu season, so it's great to do anything that boosts our immune function. So,
which I have heard, like, and a lot of this stuff, I know it kind of may sound new to the people listening in Huntsville because the South is, I feel like, the last to get anything.
Right.
But a lot of this,
why I needed to bring it here.
Yeah, right. Because a lot of stuff does start out west first, but like I follow the Skinny Confidential and I love her podcast because everything, everything is health and wellness. And she talks about getting like a lymphatic drainage massage every single week.
Yes.
Every single week. And she's like, I want to, if you want to look smaller, if you want to look thinner, she was like, some of it is just always inflammation. It's not always about weight gain.
Right.
She was like, this is just the best thing you can do for your body.
Yes. And there is a slimming and cellulite setting. We don't really, with my background of disordered eating, I don't really like to promote
Correct.
aesthetic. I just really want people to come in and feel their best.
Right.
But there is aesthetic benefit to pretty much all of our services. But I mean, I'm mostly focused on how we feel. But I'll just add that in here too.
Yeah.
So
I struggle because when I go get massages, like I struggle because I want that deep tissue because I'm like so in pain from like just everyday life looking at computers and stuff. But then they also offer lymphatic massages, and I'm like, I can't afford both. I'm like,
I know.
I want one, but I know because everyone think like because I have had a lymphatic drainage massage to my face before, just because I was dealing with some issues with swelling post filler, that everyone's heard about my journey there, and then I ended up having to have surgery and had lymphatic drainage, and I fell asleep on the table. It was like it was so calming, like, so it wasn't what I thought a massage, because when you think massage, you're thinking, oh, it's gonna like be pressurized and it's gonna be this. No, it was just this.
It's light.
It's very light and gentle and calming. Like I felt.
And people think that like that means it's not doing as much. No, it's that's what it's meant to be.
Correct.
Is lighter pressure. So
no, I love it. All right, and then you mentioned a vibroacoustics. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Vibroacoustic sound bed. So basically, the bed vibrates to the sounds. You're wearing headphones, so it vibrates to the sounds that you're hearing. And you're also wearing a weighted eye mask and a weighted blanket. So it mimics like that sensory deprivation type therapy. So it's really great for putting you in a parasympathetic nervous system state. So a lot of us have like nervous system dysregulation just because of our phone notifications and our like work and everything these days is just coming at you so fast. So it just really helps put you in a more relaxed mindset. It mimics like a sound bath or like a meditation type.
I was gonna say that sounds
session.
like something I need because my cortisol is high all the time.
I know, me too. Yeah, overdrive with the cortisol.
Do you think that like when you first started doing this type of work, like when you laid in the sound, the acoustic, or anything, did you find it hard to like sit there? Because I know when I've tried to do things where like I have to sit, or like trying to do meditation for the first time, did you find it hard where you're like, oh my God, this is driving me insane, I gotta sit here for how long?
Oh, 100%. And I'm not going to lie, I still struggle sometimes. With the sauna, I've gotten a lot, like the sauna is like my thing. Like I can lay in there for like an hour and be fine. But something with the vibroacoustic sound bed, it takes me a good like 10 minutes to settle in. I'm very like type A, very like to-do list driven. I'm always thinking, my mind doesn't really shut off. So I think if you're not that way, it might be a little easier for you to settle into. Like my dad, he can like fall asleep anywhere within like 3 minutes and like shut his brain off. And I'm like, okay, I'm very jealous. But, so yeah, I think it just depends on your personality too. But like for me, I won't lie. It is kind of hard for me to settle in. But once I'm settled in, it kind of like, you feel like you're almost like floating by the end of it. It's really a unique experience. It's kind of one of those where it hasn't been like our most popular service just because people are a little like, not sure about it. But I just tell people to have an open mind and try it out. So
yeah. 1,000%. And did we go over all the services, or was there one left? I think there was.
We have Therabody compression boots. So that's one that we missed, but so that one's about a 25 to 30 minute session, and it's great for like post-workout recovery. It boosts your circulation in your legs and gets the lactic acid buildup out of your muscles. So it's really great for athletes or just anyone who's having like fatigue in their legs or just feeling heavy. You have those days where you're just not recovering as optimally. So that's a quick in and out service that you can do to recover better from your workouts. So
now, out of all of these services, which would you say, if you could only pick one, which would be your favorite?
The contrast therapy.
Okay, I was like,
for sure.
Okay. Is that the most popular?
Anyone, yes. Okay. Yeah, that's been our most popular for sure. There's just something about it. Like you have the whole suite to yourself. I like to listen to either the Pursuit of Wellness podcast or the Skinny Confidential, or I listen to my podcast in there, and it just really transports you into just this meditative state, honestly. And I just love how I feel afterwards. It's kind of one of those services, like a lot of our services are more cumulative, like you have to be more regular with it to like feel results, but that one, like to me, you just leave feeling better, especially after the cold plunge. So
that's what they say. Like and I still can't get into it. It's just something about the cold. Like I can do the heat, I can sit in the sauna, but like even the Skinny Confidential talks about it because they have their contrast therapy in their backyard, and she was just like, she had described it. I don't know if she came up with it or said someone, or maybe if it was like Andrew Huberman or something, but she was like, it's just 3 minutes. If you could do it first thing in the morning, it's the hardest thing that you'll have to face all day. And then everything else during the day feels like a breeze. But then you also have this like almost endorphin high after doing it.
Yes, it definitely boosts your energy levels. You just feel more clarity. I mean, some people like to do it at night, but I think I definitely like to start my day with it. Like you're I like the phrase like win the morning, win the day.
Yeah.
So if you kind of like superset your day with the hardest things in the morning, I'm definitely a morning person. So I function best before like 2 p.m. After 2 p.m. I have to do all my hard thinking before.
Yeah, same.
So, yeah, but I like doing it in the morning.
And then how would so if you're a morning person, like what are your hours here then? If like someone wanted to come in, like are you open for before work, or like what would the hours be here?
Yeah, so we are open 8 a.m. To 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then Fridays we're open 8 a.m. to 5, and then on Saturdays we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then the only day that we're closed is on Sunday. So that does give you a little time. Maybe not to be able to come in and do like a longer service, but like the light therapy is only 20 minutes, the Therabody compression is 25-30 minutes, vibroacoustics only 20 minutes. So there's definitely things that like I have some members here that swing by and do on their way to the office or something. So
yeah, that would be lovely, because like some people don't start their day till 9 o'clock. So
right.
Yeah. Now I know you mentioned you have a partnership here, like physical therapy that does dry needling, cupping, stuff like that. How would that work if someone is coming in, let's say they're using your services, maybe they're an athlete, maybe they just work out a lot, or maybe they're just in general pain? How would they then get connected to the physical therapist? Like, does a doctor then have to write a prescription? Like, how would that go?
So Alabama has just updated the regulations, so you don't need a prescription anymore. So that's something that really benefits I think everyone.
Yeah.
So no, you wouldn't have to have any sort of doctor's note or anything. When you do a package with us, or for our members, you do get a free evaluation with Return to Sport, so he can help you find any imbalances in your body. He really helps like athletes return to sport if they're injured, or just general balancing your body with the physical therapy that he provides. Cupping is wonderful. He also does VO2 max testing, sweat testing, dry needling. So he does a lot of,
I was going to say,
really
he's
cool
got his own little stuff over there too.
Right. Yeah.
Which is beneficial for both of y'all, because if his athletes need something that you have, then obviously he can refer to you. And then if one of your members is talking to you being like, yeah, I've just really got this neck pain, I thought this would help, you could be like, well, actually you should probably go see this guy over here.
Right. It definitely, balances together with especially the more holistic approach to health. So
No, I love that. Now, as far as pricing and memberships go, where are you? Like, do you is it just membership? Can people do a one-time stop in? How does it work when it comes to pricing?
Yeah. So we have really options for everyone. So we have membership pricing. We have a unlimited gold membership, which is exactly what it sounds like. You have unlimited services for the month, so you're pretty much prepaying, and then you can come as often as you want and do any of the services however many times. That also includes 2 of the metabolic tests a year.
Oh, cool.
So you pretty much won't ever have to pay for one of those either. So that's a $500 value in itself. And then we have our silver membership, which is 4 of every service a month. We designed it to be like 1 a week, but you can kind of split up your credits however you want. Our gold membership is the only one that includes the metabolic tests, but you do get a 10% discount on any additional services that you purchase if you're not a gold member. So like the silver, you could get 10% off like the metabolic test, or like 10% off for guests. So that's an option as well. And then we have our Sweat and Chill membership, which is our contrast therapy membership. You get 8 sessions a month. Once again, you can split it up however you want, but we designed it to be like 2 a week. And then we have our Freeze Club membership, which is unlimited cryo. Yeah. So if you love to freeze, That one's for you. That's our unlimited cryo. So, and then we also have single service pricing. So if you just needed to do like drop-in visits, we have that as an option. And then we also have package pricing. So you can buy like a 5, 10, or 20 pack of a single service, and basically you're saving by doing so. So you're prepaying for your services.
Gotcha.
They live on your account for a year. So, and those are able to be split between like you and your spouse or a friend. Like you can share those.
Okay.
So that's something to think about as well. So,
and how does it come with booking? Because I know you mentioned the contrast therapy is like your most popular. So like, how does booking work? Like, does that book out? Do you book in advance? Do you get online?
Yeah, so we have several options. You can either book, of course, in person with us while you're here, or you can book over the phone by calling us. But most people do book through our website. So just swiftrecoveryhsv.com, and then you just hit the book now button, and it'll take you. You select your services, and then it'll show you the available times. Now, I will say if you don't see a time that you're wanting, I would always suggest to call the studio, because sometimes we can like move things around or like fit you in at a different time that's not listed on the website. So we do offer the first 2 services for half off. So I did want to mention that too. So it's a great opportunity to come and try a couple of things and see what you might want to work into your more regular routine at a more affordable rate. So
no, I love that. And I love all this information. I know that it probably sounds overwhelming to a lot of people because they're like, what is that? Now I got to go Google this. I got to go look at that. But honestly, guys, May is so personable. Like if you heard anything on this podcast and you're interested, just stop in. Y'all are located in Jones Valley. Just stop in and she will definitely talk to you and walk you through everything.
Yes, I'd be honored to.
Yeah. And absolutely. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for sharing your journey with us, because I know that's not always easy to jump on a mic and just tell someone about your past and you're just like, okay.
A little nerve-wracking.
But no, you've been absolutely wonderful. Is there anything that we have not mentioned about Swift Recovery that you would like to get out to the people in Huntsville?
We didn't really talk a lot about like any of our retail items, but we do have, so yeah, I'm super passionate about just overall clean living. So I really, curated our retail, to be, non-toxic, no artificial fragrance or dyes or, anything like that. So we have, a cooler with some functional beverages that you can enjoy during your services, as well as some organic paleo protein bars. We also have TheraBody products for at-home use, so like the massage guns, or like if you love the TheraBody boots, we also have those for purchase at home. I've had even a couple members that are like, okay, I do it here, but like I love these and need it at home. So we do sell those as well. And then we have Ancient Nutrition supplements, so those are organic supplements. And then just kind of a miscellaneous mix of other items as well, like a clean sunscreen. We actually just got in non-toxic candles, so they're awesome, especially for the season that we're entering. So I just really wanted the space to be a clean, safe space where we don't use any harmful cleaning products either. So I just wanted to create an environment where you walk through the door and you know that you're taken care of, and we're not adding any more toxic load onto us, because I know that the outside world, we're just bombarded with endocrine disruptors and toxins these days. I've been on my own journey with avoiding all that stuff, so it was really important to me to make this space very clean.
I love that.
Yeah,
because I suffer with my autoimmune disease with my thyroid. I've mentioned it several times on the podcast, and like, you would be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised, how many people are like, they don't even realize like fragrance, like in anything, whether it be like a plug-in wall candle or scent, candle, things that they're so toxic to our bodies and to our health. And like, now that I have like detoxed from it out of my house and like in my workspace, like if I walk into somewhere and it's
super sensitive to
I'm like, where's that smell coming from? And they're like, it's not that strong. And I'm like, yes, it is.
And that's like the last thing I wanted to be, is somewhere that adds to the already large toxic burden. I was actually I actually received a diagnosis yesterday of hypothyroidism and PCOS. So I just came off birth control like 7 months ago. So it's been a journey there. But anyways, needless to say, I understand on a personal level what it feels like to have like all those endocrine disruptors and toxins and everything. So it was really important to me to create a space where people don't have to worry about that when they're here.
1,000%.
I feel like we're just really lacking. Like I would go to like bigger cities and there'd be like spaces like this where you go in and that like they use all the clean ingredients and don't use or don't carry anything with like seed oils or like, high in cane sugar. And here I just wanted people to like pretty much be able to like blindly pick something and know that it's like been thoughtfully curated to be a safer option for them. So
no, I love that, number one, because same with restaurants. Like I don't know if I've ever like shared my nutrition journey, but I'm pretty like particular about things I eat. Like sometimes obviously I splurge and do things because I'm human, but like I am like paleo most of the time, like clean proteins, like higher quality animal products, things that are, and I understand that is a privilege in this world because some people can't afford that type of things and like trying to do organic vegetables and whatnot. And the only place in town that and I could be mistaken, but the only person I've talked to and interviewed is Mason-Dixon that actually does use good quality ingredients. Like she doesn't use seed oil. She only that's why her food is a little bit more expensive, but she also makes sure she tries to accommodate every allergen.
I love that place. We actually have a member appreciation day on Friday, and I ordered a bunch of goodies from there. So I'm like, that's the only place in town that I really trust to like, provide me with things that are going to be good for me.
Right. Get it right. Yeah. No, I know our Christmas party for work last year, I definitely like got them to cater it. And everyone initially was like, we don't want gluten-free stuff, John. I was like, trust me, it's good. It's not bad. And when, of course, all of them were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. They actually cater my wedding. So
that
I'm very partial to them.
No, I love them. But no, again, thank you so much for your time. And guys, even when you walk through the space, like I told May when I first walked in, I was just like, it just feels calm in here. Like the color she used, the aesthetics she used, everything just felt so welcoming and calm.
That was my goal for
you
sure.
Definitely accomplished that.
You.
So guys, definitely stop in and see May, but May, tell everybody where they can find you on socials, your website, and it'll also be linked in the show notes so where they can just click on it.
Perfect. Yes. So we're Swift Recovery HSV. HSV is in Huntsville, on Instagram. And our website is swiftrecoveryhsv.com. We also have a Facebook page, Swift Recovery. And then otherwise, we're located in Jones Valley, in the same shopping center as like Hobby Lobby and Dick's, and right next to Fleepy. So
yeah. So come in and stop in, guys, and just check out this space because it's absolutely amazing. I love it.
All right. I look forward to meeting you all and giving you tours soon, hopefully. Just connecting with you. So.
Thank you, guys. Until next time. Bye.